It's
Huh?
when you go live on the video all the time, like the first 2 minutes of the show is everybody talking in the studio. You dig? Like it's too much.
What, dude? To get like a 30-second pre-show.
When you go live on the, I'm not a fan of that at all, Ron.
Shh. We're going live though.
Hello and welcome to this week's episode of the SaR-Cast. I am your host, Steve Lybrand. Joining me, my co-host, engineer, hetero life mate, Mr. Robert Rennie.
What's up?
What's up, dude?
Chilling.
No fade out today.
It was quick.
Hey,
It
listen.
was quick. It was a quick fade.
We've never really explained why that song. I mean, it's just like the theme song for our youth.
Yeah.
If you're a fan of the show, you probably know this, that Rob and I have been friends now for 27 years.
I thought it was longer. I don't know.
It's
Whatever.
close. We were like 13 or 14.
Were we?
Yeah.
All right. Something like that. It's
So,
a long thing. Long ass time.
yeah, there's a couple songs that kind of resonate with us as like theme songs of our youth. It's a good song.
Very good song. Yeah.
So quick news for you. So you know that I did this, but I'll let everybody in on the from the show standpoint. I'll let everybody in on what's going on with me. So back in June, I was eating soup at work. Now, I know what you're thinking. What kind of maniac eats soup in June, right? Me. I'm that guy that eats soup in June. And while eating the soup, it occurred to me that I love saltine crackers and I can house them pretty quick. So I went and looked because I wanted to know. I was like, what's the world record for most saltine crackers eaten? And it then got narrowed down to what's the record for saltine crackers eaten in a minute. So I looked at it, and the world record for most saltine crackers eaten in 60 seconds is 6. So naturally, my bravado, the ego in me goes, dude, I could smash 6. 6 is no problem. I could do at least 8. So I start doing the math on it, and I'm like 6, and I could do I'm like, I could get 6 no problem. I do the math, like 6 seconds. So it's 10 seconds a cracker, 6. I could definitely trim that off. I'm like 8, no problem. So the arrogant ass that I am, I never even try it before I immediately send an email to Guinness Book of World Records that I can break this fucking world record because my arrogance definitely got the best of me. So I told you I was going to do it, and I was like, and I'll just do it on the show as like a gag. I'll try to get a Guinness Book of World Record right live on air, right? Now, you knew this. I forgot all about it. So yesterday, I get home from work, and I'm checking through my emails or whatever from the day, and lo and behold, there's an email from the Guinness Book of World Records that said, fuck you, we accept your challenge in a much nicer way. We're pleased to announce, Mr. Lybrand, that we've accepted your application and you are now set up to try to break this world record, which just sounds ridiculous in itself that I, Steve Lybrand, am going to try to break a Guinness Book of World Records. However, if I can break the record, it sounds way cooler to be like, I'm a world record holder. Check out Guinness, I'm in the book, right?
Uh-huh.
That's pretty cool, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So last night, I'm all geeked out, and I'm like,
did you try it?
Oh, yeah. So now I'm like, I have to do this. And I'm like, I go to the store because I don't have any saltines in the house because naturally you're going to threaten to break a world record and not have all the supplies you need. So along with my packet from Guinness, they set me a list of the rules and all the things that I need to do. So the day that I try this on the show, it's going to be a packed house.
Okay.
I have to have at least 2 witnesses just watch me do it to say yes, and they have to sign an affidavit that says I did indeed perform this.
Okay.
Then I have to have 2 people from a local athletic association, which I have access to because I coach my kids' sports teams, that are going to be each side of me with stopwatches down to the millisecond. I have to have a double timer.
Okay.
Okay. And then there's rules in regards to how I have to eat the crackers.
What?
So I have to lay all of the crackers out on a plate.
Okay.
One by one, they can't be stacked.
Okay.
Okay. I can't now. I know what you guys are at home are thinking right now. Dude, this is not hard at all. And I thought the same thing because I'm like, I'll sandwich 6 crackers together and just open my big ass mouth, shove them all in, boom, done, 30 seconds. No, that is not how you do this. That is not what they're expecting from me. If you're going to talk like a champion, you got to battle like a champion. I got to do these one at a time.
So, like, what do you mean one at a time, though? So, like,
one cracker, I have to lay them out.
So one at a time. But what I'm saying is, like, you throw one in your mouth, and then you have to open up and, like, you
correct. I've got to show everybody that there's nothing in my mouth. Next cracker.
What?
Yes, one at a time.
All right, bro. You got to learn how to just straight swallow crackers.
Right. I got to eat like a duck is basically what it is.
Yeah, you got to, like, swallow these things without choking.
All right, so I break this down last night to the family. Now, Desiree, my wife, she looks at me and she goes, like, I'm like, do you see what I got? I'm like all proud of myself with the email. Again, I'm not even thinking about what goes into this. I'm just automatically assuming this is fucking easy, and it's not that it's a Guinness Book of World Record for a reason and that it's only 6.
Mm-hmm.
So I show her and she goes, you're an idiot. And I'm like, I know. Now, I don't have to do this, but I have to do it.
Yeah, you have to try it.
So I'm in training right now.
You have to legit try it.
Even my mom says you are a dumbass. So you're thinking, my wife's looking at this and going, you're an idiot. And then you're like, well, what kind of wife calls an idiot, her husband an idiot? The same kind of wife that marries a guy who eats soup and juice.
Hold on 1 second.
What's up?
Mikey Hanratty, come on up. We need someone else for the second hour. Come on up.
Oh, no. Mikey Hanratty's coming in. Him and I have an idea for an episode. I hung out with him over the weekend. We've got a good one coming up.
All right.
We're going to spend an hour talking about all of the things that attract, that women attract men. Does that make sense? Like all of the things that women are attracted to from a woman other than just tits and ass. Because there's lots of shit. Like I discovered that Mike's thing.
Like shit?
Yeah, like shit. Because we'll get into the OBJ thing later. One of the things that Mike is attracted to, like before anything else, is scrunchy hair. And it's ridiculous. It just means she's unkempt. It means she didn't comb her hair. But that's his thing. That's what he's into. And Air Force Ones, apparently. But we'll get to that later. So back to the crackers. So my wife looks at it and she goes, you're an idiot. Now, my father-in-law who lives with me, he goes, 6? That's it? I'm like, yeah.
He thought the same thing you did.
Absolutely. So my youngest son goes, dude, this is no problem. My middle son, Ethan, who's 12. He's like, dude, I'm doing it with you. We'll do it right now. So I'm laying out the crackers. My father-in-law's going to do it with me. We're all going to go on a timer, right? Now, my oldest goes, I've seen this before. He goes, you're going to fail miserably. No faith in me whatsoever. And I'm like, well, no, I'm going to do this. And he goes, no, you're not going to do this. This is not as easy as you think. I've watched dozens of, apparently there's like a whole subculture of this that I should have researched beforehand. He goes, I've watched so many people fail this. It's not going to happen. I lay out the cracker. So this is the rule. You can only use one hand. Your other hand has to be tucked behind your back the entire time. Can't switch hands. You can't double dip. None of that. It's just one at a time. And then no water in between. It's just straight 60 seconds. So last night, I made my first attempt. How many do you think, Rob?
You got 3.
3's the number. 3. And by the end of it, I'm just like, wow, saltines are awful. They just taste one by one without water in between or a sip of some kind of fluids. It's just cardboard. It's crunchy cardboard. I'm still going to do it. I'm going to keep training. I got to figure out. There's got to be a technique. And by the way,
dude, the
my father-in-law 2.
So let me.
Ethan got 3.
How were you eating them?
So, at first, I was just the first cracker. I just tucked it all in my mouth.
Okay, I think that's the mistake.
So I tried it again the second time,
like a damn chipmunk.
So I tried it again the second time, and that takes too long.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Think about it. How many bites do you think you can do in a second? So it's 1, roughly. Bite, swallow, bite, swallow, bite, swallow. Right?
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna take too long to get through 1 cracker. You're like 15 seconds in, and you're like still half a cracker in your hand.
Mm.
So there's a lot of things that you have to do to prep for this. Now, I dare all of you to try it at home. It's not as easy as it sounds. Don't be arrogant like Steve. Be smart like Dylan or Rob and go, this is not
only put 1 cracker in, and you have to show each one. So you're like eating, eating,
Yes.
Ooh. So I feel like if you had a little more time, you could easily do this because you just wet the cracker and swallow it.
No wetting the crackers.
Like, no, I don't mean wet it with what I mean, just wet it in your mouth. Like, just wet it.
Well, that's the key. The cracker, that's why it's so hard. The cracker absorbs all of your saliva on the first one. And then you're just sitting there with dry mouth trying to swallow dust. The other part is, too, it's true. The other part is there's a rule as far as the crumbs. The crackers can't be broken. They have to be full crackers, and they're very specific. It can't be like a store brand. It has to be a name brand cracker.
Okay.
All right. They have to be fully intact. They can't be broken. And crumbs. So let's say I'm eating a cracker, right? Crumb drops on the plate. I got to eat that crumb.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
If I'm chewing and a crumb spits out, I got to eat it or I'm disqualified.
What?
Yes. It's not part. Listen, any piece comes out, no bueno.
Bro, this thing's harder than it seems.
That's what I'm telling you. I just thought, I looked at it and went, 6 crackers ain't shit. I could house crackers. I didn't realize there was going to be rules, which is much like most of my life. I didn't realize there was going to be rules. So I'm currently in training to break a world record. Which, you know what? I could probably stay in that status for a really long time, and that's pretty friggin' cool.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, Guinness accepted my application. All I have to do is just send them video evidence that it's been completed.
Okay.
That's it. So I've got plenty of time to train for this.
Yeah, it never like expires?
I don't think so.
Okay. That's cool.
I was surprised it took as long as it did. I totally just filled it out on a whim, and I was all geeked out when I did it. If you remember.
I remember.
And I was expecting it like in like 2 or 3 weeks, and I didn't hear anything back. Like, this is literally 3 months. It took 12 weeks.
Yeah.
So like I totally forgot all about it. It was a pleasant surprise in my email. I'm like, oh, cool. Now I'm training for a world record.
That's awesome.
And then I was walking around my house every now and again. I'd stop in front of a mirror and go, world record holder, Steve Lybrand. And
Did
then I
you
would
use the cracker like right behind that?
No. I'll tell you what, though, dead ass serious. If I break this world record, I'm getting a saltine tattooed on my body.
Saltine.
A saltine cracker.
All right.
With world record holder underneath of it.
That'd be cool.
That'd be dope, right?
Yeah, why not? No one else can.
Right.
Well, actually, someone else can, but
somebody else is. Listen, I don't expect. If I break this record,
is it 6 to break it?
6 to break it. 6 is the record. I got to do 7.
Ooh.
I got to do 7.
You can tie it though.
Tying does nothing for me.
You don't get your name in?
No.
Okay. So you got to break it.
I got to break it. I got to hit 7.
They're like 6.5.
No. It doesn't count if it's not a full cracker.
Okay. And this is in a minute.
In a minute.
Wow. All right.
It's hard as shit, dude.
Yeah. I think anytime I have you over at the house now, I'm just going to have saltine crackers.
Break them down, dude.
You're just going to be eating them all the friggin' time.
So here was my first panic was I had to check the box and figure out what the numbers look like. Because of being a diabetic, I have to be very, very calculated in what I do. So surprisingly, 5 crackers is only 12 carbs. Your body breaks down carbs, turns them into sugars. So if I'm mindful, I'll be okay. I can do this a couple days in a row. So now I'm in training to break world record.
All right.
I kind of want to go through Guinness now and see if there's an easier one.
I found one.
What's that?
Some guy broke through 29 license plates
With what?
with his hands.
How did he break through it? Like, just punched the license plate?
Just says that it didn't explain it. It just said he ripped 29. He ripped 29 license plates in half in 1 minute.
Wow, that's like, holy shit. That's every 2 seconds he's breaking one.
Yeah.
But that's just like shredding it like paper.
Mm-hmm. He owned the previous record of 23. And now he upped it to 29.
He's broke his own record.
They asked him to.
They asked him to?
Yeah.
That's weird.
They approached him about beating his own record to raise money for frontline workers for the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
I dig it. I would be worried. He probably has to wear gloves and shit.
The guy
For those of you that are listening at home, I'm curious. What records do you think you could break? Something stupid. Like, I could eat like a whole bag of popcorn in 3 minutes. Just straight blah, 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 blah. Like, everything I think of is always food related.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that just seems like it's the easiest stuff to do. And then you get the rules and they're like, no. So I was watching videos online of people that were eating the saltines. And everyone that crushes it, like you'll go online and you'll see on YouTube dudes that are like, I ate 15 in 60 seconds. Well, they're stacking them, not one at a time. That's what kills you, is the one at a time.
Yeah.
So I looked up, did some research and some things that I have to do that I'm going to have to prep for. And then I'll be in training. And then at some point in the next few weeks, so I figure like 12 weeks is what I need, because if anybody's listening right now and it's like, fuck, I could beat 6'2", I know it's going to get us at least 6 weeks to get back to them. So I've got 12 weeks to break this record before somebody snipes me, because I know that one of you sons of bitches out there like 6 is no problem. Gotta try that shit. About to get your ass busted. You don't even know. So what else is good with you other than me trying to break Guinness Book of World Records?
Let's see. Not just,
You got nothing.
week.
You got nothing.
I got plenty of stuff. You want to talk about some stuff?
Yeah, I do. I got
All right, man.
something.
So let's get right into the nitty gritty.
All right.
I saw a story this week.
Okay.
I lost the story. Okay.
Okay.
But I have to explain it, and then I have to ask you a question.
All right.
So apparently there's a lady in Australia who she judges penises on the internet, has like her side gig.
You pay her?
So you pay her, you contact her, she agrees to do it.
Uh-huh.
You send her unsolicited dick pictures.
That's not unsolicited.
Well, she asked for them.
That's solicited.
Okay, solicited. Whatever. I'm sorry. I meant to say solicited, because most guys just send unsolicited ones. I'm sure she gets a shit ton. Hold on now. So she judges it based on size, girth, everything else. Okay. And then she responds back to you as far as like what it is.
Does she have a rating scale or is it a grade?
It's a rating grade. Like she gives you a whole thing of it. Like,
so I can guarantee this is going to be a ridiculous cost.
No, it's actually not that bad. You would think that it would be more.
Okay.
But so she looks at it, and then she gives you a whole list of what she thinks of what it looks like, and gives you like a grade and a judge on that. And then she gives you a whole bunch of tips on how you can use it to the best of its abilities.
It's a dude.
It's a chick.
It's a dude.
It's a chick. They showed her. It's a chick.
So what? She can't lie. I can't send her a fake dick pic. She can't send me a fake female pic. It's a dude.
All right. So, but listen. Okay.
Okay.
It's $50.
That's expensive to have somebody fucking ridicule your dick.
It's $50.
Listen, would you pay $50 to get rejected?
No.
That's what that is.
Okay. Well, would you do it?
She take credit card?
So I guess you would do it.
No, I'm just asking, like, what kind of, is it Venmo, PayPal?
I don't know. I think it's through, like, I lost all the contact information for her. I mean, I was trying to think about contacting her, but I didn't know.
Do it. For the sake of the show, you have to do it.
I was looking. I can't find it. I literally searched like most of the afternoon today trying to find it again.
So there's a way that we can do this and clean it up. I'm not sending it. Check with the wife. Make sure it's cool. Not my wife, your wife. Make sure it's cool and make this happen. Otherwise, we're going to have one of our single friends do it.
You know what so I did mention this to Liz, and you know what she said?
What'd she say?
She said
Joe Blaze would do it. Holly wouldn't give a shit.
She said we both should do it.
Joe said, I got you for 25. So he's covering half of it.
So listen, this is what she said.
Right?
She said we both should do it.
Okay.
And then we should.
I don't want to compare notes.
Hold on.
That could ruin our friendship.
It's not comparing, not the picture.
What the fuck else would you do with it?
Not the picture.
I'm not saying let's look at them together. Whatever her grade is, what happens if she's looking at mine and she's having a bad day? Like she's pissed off at her boyfriend, and then every dick she sees is going to get a low grade. And then like the boyfriend makes up with her, and then she finally gets to your dick, and she goes, he sent her flowers and candy, and then she's happy about dicks again, and you get better grades. Okay. I don't want circumstances in her life to affect what happens in our life.
All right.
Do you know what I mean?
All right, man. Forget it. Yeah.
But listen, I'll throw up $25 sell down tuna can. Listen, I'll pay for one of our people to do it. I'll split it with you. We'll do 25 each.
All right. So this is what Liz said.
Okay.
Liz said we proposed this now.
Okay.
When you get the report back, whoever sent it doesn't get the report.
It comes to us.
Their significant other has to come in and sit down and read multiple reports and figure out which one is her husband.
Again, no. Because what happens
when she's wrong?
Yeah.
Well, we can't be involved in this.
No, I don't want to have nothing to do with this. However, so Joe Blaze is listening right now. I'm sure that Holly would be okay with him doing it. And he'd be okay with doing it. And he'd be okay with us reading the results on air. Like, he'd have no problem with this. But if anybody else wants to apply for this, we will pay for it. I definitely would want to see it. The results, not your dick. I want to see what this chick, like, she's got to have some sort of, like, background that says that, like, she's a good dickologist.
No, she studies, like, sex. Whatever they call that.
A sexologist?
Something like that, yeah.
That's interesting. I'll post a dick pic here. We'll gauge it right now. Keep it in your pants. We'll pay for you to do this. It's $50. It ain't that big a deal. He said, I'll post a dick pic here. That's awesome. So we do have hang on one second.
What? You found it? Did you find
it?
Yes,
some important information regarding your application for most saltine crackers eaten in 1 minute. Did they resend this to me? Oh, no.
Did they resend it?
No. I wonder. I'll have to read that later. I'm not ready for this right now. You know what? You know what's going to happen?
You have to read that right now.
I can't. There's a bunch of shit. I can't read it while I'm on air. You'll get updated later. I already know what it's going to be. I'm going to go in there and the new record's 7. And it's going to say Dylan Library. And that fuck. Fucking spent the day breaking my record. Or Desiree secretly applied right behind me. Like, I'll crush 6 saltines. So, in an interesting side thing today, most of the stories that I pulled from today are food related.
Yeah?
Yeah. I got a lot of food related stuff.
I got nothing food related.
All right. Well, we'll hit mine, then we'll hit yours.
All right.
So not food related, but kitchen related.
Okay.
Man accidentally blows up kitchen chasing fly with an electric swatter. Did you even know there was a such thing as an electric swatter?
Yeah.
What does it do?
So it's just like a big zapper. Like, you know how you have the zapper that hangs in your yard?
Yeah.
It's that.
So what happens if you hit a person with it?
Zaps them.
You think Joe will let us hit him in the dick with it?
No, he'd probably take it to the head, though.
It can't hurt, right?
Not that head. He'd take it to his bald head.
So I kind of, with everything that's going on here in the States now with these friggin' lantern flies, I just want to carry one of these around.
Oh, dude, I just got nailed in the lantern fly in the face.
That's what I'm saying, dude. I didn't even know these existed.
Bugs are I'm driving the other day.
Yeah.
I'm riding my bike the other day, right? I'm just pedaling along. I don't even know nothing. Dude, a bug literally hit the back of my throat. Like I was like, ah!
That happens to people who have motorcycles all the time.
Dude, it's horrible. I got to keep my mouth closed when I'm riding.
So this unidentified man suffered burns to his hands after he threw him down south of the ground. So what he was doing was he was trying to swat a fly in the house, and he had the frigging electric fly swatter, and it ignited a leaking gas canister and blew up. So this reminded me of...
Why do you have a damn gas canister in your yard?
In his house, bro. It wasn't in his yard.
In your kitchen, I'm sorry.
Right.
Like, what? Where the hell was this at?
This is in... The guy's 82. It's in France.
All right.
He didn't know.
All right.
But it reminded me of Fight Club, where he turns off the
lights.
Oh, he turns on the stove and then blows out all the flames.
Yeah.
And then the condenser from the or the compressor from the fridge sparks and ignite and blows up the whole house.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. So you sent me that one. We'll go back to that. Huh?
Oh, the one that you told me I got a shitty minors on?
No. Detectives bust thief for stealing nearly $300,000 worth of pistachios.
All right, hold up. Listen. The hell are you going to do with that many pistachios?
It was resale. They had a buyer lined up.
What?
Yeah, dude, we're doing life wrong. Like, how do you come across somebody where they're like, I'm in the market for $300,000 worth of pistachios. What can you do for me? Like, I've never ran across anybody that's like, hey, listen, I want $3 worth of pistachios. What can you do for me?
Yeah.
Right? So one suspect has been apprehended. Authorities are still looking for any tips on others that were involved. So this was like a well thought out plan-ish. So this was, I didn't even know this was an actual, there's actual detectives in the agricultural crimes unit of the Tulare County Sheriff's Office. This is in California. They busted what they described as an elaborate scheme involving theft of almost $300,000 worth of pistachios and a pair of stolen tractor trailers. So according to a Facebook post from Sheriff's Office, which starts with the words "major bust" in all caps, its detectives were called to Seton Pistachio, that's the name of the company, where employees reported a significant theft of its packaged nuts. The Seton workers said that someone had used the name of a real trucking company to get the go-ahead to pick up 2 tractors worth of pistachios from the company. But instead of fulfilling the delivery order, the studio drivers took all $294,000 worth of nuts to an abandoned property, shook all of the pistachios out of the package, and then sold them to an unsuspecting individual in Madera County.
Bro, this was elaborate.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, they thought this out. Like, who goes, I've got a guy that's interested in $300,000 worth of pistachios, and another guy who's in that room goes, I just happen to know how we can get 300,000. Like, who thinks of that shit?
I don't know, man, but like, it probably cost them 10 grand just to steal them all.
How?
The trucks
were stolen.
The drivers,
they were stolen.
Yeah, but you call this company like, yeah, we're going to deliver your next one, and they just let you. Like, did they steal the trucks from the dock?
No, they pulled up with these stolen trucks, and from a company that was supposed to be picking up the pistachios and took off with them.
Right. So they pulled up, they backed them in, they loaded all the pistachios, and then they drove them away.
Correct.
Like, bro, that's an elaborate plan. Like, a lot of like you watching what goes on and what company delivers these and which one.
How much? 2 truckloads full of pistachios, and then they've got to launder it. They've got to rip them out of the back packages and then repackage them before resale.
Dude, that's elaborate, man.
I don't know how you fall into something like that.
I don't know how you go through it all. Like, it just seems like a lot of work to steal something.
Yeah.
You know?
This one was more for you. So I found something we discovered a couple weeks ago. that you are not a fan of jelly.
Correct.
So let's just say you went somewhere and they were selling something that was so expensive, but I was going to pay for it for you.
Like food?
Yeah. Let's say it's outrageously priced and you're like,
we
fuck,
went
for that price, I got to try
it. Like a $500 steak?
Yes.
Okay.
Even if you didn't like steak, you'd have to eat it, right?
Well, I mean, no. Like if I went somewhere and someone was going to buy me something, but I didn't like it, like no, I'm not eating it.
But I spent $500 on it.
Then no, I wouldn't let you spend $500 on it.
I already bought it. It's at the table. You gotta eat it.
That's your bed. If I walk in and that shit's sitting on the table,
yeah,
I'm getting rid of it somehow.
No, you're gonna wait. So hear me out.
Like I'm getting rid
hear
of
me
it.
out. So there's a company that sells a $350 peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So if we went there, right?
I wouldn't go.
It's in Chicago.
I wouldn't go.
Why?
I almost went to Chicago though.
I know we did.
I've been there before.
Why wouldn't you do it?
I don't eat peanut butter. I don't eat jelly.
So here's the catch too. So it's $350 called the Golden Goose. It must be ordered 1 day in advance. So I planned this. It took me a day to get this to the table.
You're fucking wasting your money.
According to the menu, it features, I'm going to butcher this name, Maison Dutrey's red currant jam. So it's not even a jelly, it's a jam. The world's most expensive jelly. All right, it's a jelly, not a jam, which is hand seeded using goose quills, Adam's all-natural peanut butter, toasted edible gold leaf bread, and drizzle of New Zealand Manuka honey. Now, it sounds amazing, and I would totally pay $350 to watch you eat this peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Would you do it?
No.
So you're going to let me spend $350 on a peanut butter and jelly sandwich sitting in front of you. What if it has a nice cold glass of milk with it?
So for that reason.
Yeah, no, I got your point. You're out.
Not going to change. Do yourself a favor. Don't take me there.
What if you do half, I do half?
No, take me around the corner to the hot dog place. Get a Chicago dog or some Chicago pizza.
Bro, I don't understand the lack of the jelly, the hatred for jelly.
Hatred.
We'll get the bananas later, but what do we got next? All right.
Your mom said it sounds disgusting.
She doesn't know what she's talking about. All right. So this is a disgusting one, but I'm sure that this happens way more. Maybe not to this extent, but I'm sure that this happens way more than what we think. A restaurant manager was left disgusted after 2 customers allegedly planted pubic hair in their meal so they could claim it for free. So I'll set the table for you. So this happens at Jan's Barbecue, and it's in Lancashire. I'm going to guess it's in England. Yeah, it's poundage. So this is in England somewhere in Lancashire, and Jan's Barbecue. And the customer called the waitress over or the waiter over and said, "Hey, I found pubic hair in my meal. That's disgusting. We shouldn't have to pay for this. Found it in both of them, blah, blah, blah." What the fucking idiot didn't realize was they were on closed caption TV, and there was literally video of this dude reaching down his pants, pulling out pubic hair and putting it in his food.
That's pretty dumb.
Aside from it being dumb, like not knowing that you're on TV, but like when the manager comes back over and goes, "Yeah, no, I watched you dig in your pants." Do you argue with them or you just go, "Nah, you right, dog"? Like, what do you do there?
You got to just be like, "I'm out." All right, man. How much?
I got to imagine that happens way more in fast food than we assume. Because like I got people complain all the time about finding different shit in their food, you know?
Yeah.
Like hairs or whatever. Like, you ever find something in your food where you're just like, I'm okay with that. I'm going to overlook this one.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes like nothing crazy, but like, I don't know.
What's the worst thing you ever found?
Hair.
Right. That's it.
I think, yeah. As far as I know.
I've never found like anything like bug related or anything like that. But like people who freak out where they're like, I found a bug in my salad, and it's like, oh, you took the fuckers. That's their home. They lived there. You're eating their home.
Yeah. I don't. I mean,
like it doesn't bug. It doesn't bother me. People eat bugs all the time. Do you know how many bugs you eat while you're sleeping?
Oh, dude, a shit ton.
I think the average person eats something like 7 spiders a year while they're sleeping.
I know. I eat more than that.
7.
I eat more than that.
I'm not going to worry about a bug being in my food. Pubic hair, though, and getting caught doing it is pretty awful, though.
Yeah. Doing it to yourself, essentially.
Yeah. So
it's funny. There's a site called Ranker.
Yeah.
I read like a lot of their posts, and some of them are about the worst experiences in restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
And like some of them are like people eat like the whole thing, and then they're like, "This didn't taste good," and they're like, "You ate the whole thing. Like, you didn't eat like 5 bites and be like it didn't taste good. You destroyed it. There's nothing left on the plate, and yet you want us to comp you for it? Get out of here."
So I'm one of these. Like I generally don't like to send food back. I'll tough my way through it, or I just won't do it.
Right.
Like there's been times where I didn't quite understand what I was going to get. I know that sounds weird.
Okay.
You expect something in your mind to be like you're reading through it and you're like, oh, that sounds good. And then it comes out and you're like, the combination of this is not good. It sounded good. It looked good on paper, but I got it. Not good.
Right.
Or you didn't prepare it correctly or whatever. And I mean, I've had stuff where like at the end of the meal, it always makes me weird where the waitress will go, did you not like if she'll see something that's not eaten on the plate? Did you not like that?
Right.
Well, now you just opened up the gate. I wasn't going to say anything, but now you did.
Yeah, but I mean, you come at it a different way. You're not like, yeah, it was disgusting. You're just like, yeah, it wasn't for me.
What's up, Scotty G?
Right? You're just
I don't. Yeah. I don't do it just to be like an asshole and say I'm just going to send this back. So, quick story. There used to be a restaurant. They probably still exist on a smaller scale, but used to be Charlie Brown Steakhouse.
Yeah.
And went there for like a family dinner when I was married to my ex. And the waitress, she was brand new. So I ordered a steak. And her foot got caught in the carpet and she dumped the steak completely down my back.
What?
Yeah.
Ooh.
So naturally, you would assume that the manager would come out and comp something, do something, right? My man's like, just bring back the dry cleaning bill. We'll take care of it. Now, I didn't want to cause a scene because that's not, I try not to be confrontational in public like that. But I was just like, dude, it's a $10 shirt from Old Navy. I'm more worried about the burns I have on my back.
Yeah.
I was fine, but I was more annoyed that he was just like, hey, I'll take care of it. And he was like, I just want to let you know the waitress is mortified. She can't believe she did that. And I'm sitting at the table going, yeah, I can't believe she did that either. Imagine how I feel mortified. A family restaurant. So a couple weeks ago, we were talking about the guy who got busted for jacking off in the Starbucks drive-thru.
Mm-hmm.
Oklahoma man detained for hitting Taco Bell drive-thru naked. Claims his clothes were in the washer.
What?
Yeah, Oklahoma man detained for hitting a Taco Bell drive-thru naked. He claims his clothes were in the washer. He reportedly said he didn't know it was illegal to drive naked.
Bro, come on. Put a towel on or something.
Yeah. A man in Oklahoma.
Hold on. You're telling me like you don't have like just a pair of like ball shorts to go outside in? Like you have no clothes that you have to leave the house naked.
My man. So also,
I mean, I'm just thinking logical, I guess.
I've been in a situation where I've gotten a ticket before and I went, oh, was I going that fast? I didn't know it was that fast. Like my man knew what he was doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here's how you know he knew what he was doing. A man in Oklahoma reportedly learned that it is illegal to drive naked when he was apprehended doing so at the Taco Bell drive-thru. The suspect reportedly asked workers for extra sauce and an extra taco while not wearing any clothes. So he pulled up to the window and found a way to stay at the window longer. Like it's 100% on purpose. Like, under normal circumstances, if that was true that his clothes were in the washer and he was just trying to go get a taco, he would have done everything he could to possibly conceal himself.
Bro,
throw a blanket on him, throw a
like,
towel,
yeah.
something. Dude knew he was doing it on purpose. Should throw the book at him.
Like, why did he have to go to Taco Bell at that moment? Why couldn't you wait for the wash to finish? Just bogus, dude. What is wrong with people?
Well, one of the things that I'm always curious about is, where did he keep his wallet? Like, my man rested his cash between his testicles and his scrotum so it wouldn't fall off the seat. And like, he's got to lift it up to pay for it. Like, where are you putting your money at, Chief?
Yeah.
Totally did it on purpose. Authorities reportedly responded to a call around 9 p.m. It was late. It was dark. He knew he was going to get away with it. On Saturday night, about a naked about a naked man in the fast food restaurant's drive-thru. According to police reports, 61-year-old Christopher SaR was naked in his vehicle when he ordered his food and paid for it. After paying, however, SaR reportedly requested an extra taco from the workers. He reportedly stayed in the drive-thru asking for additional items like sauce packets and napkins. And every time they came back to the car, he's like, "Can I get some napkins? Can I get some extra sauce? Can I get a fork?"
What did he think he was going to get?
At one point, he allegedly left the drive-thru.
I know what happened.
Only to return and ask for more sauce.
Bro, I know what happened.
God.
He wrote to this Australian lady on her good day.
Yeah.
And she told him that he was built for speed. And he thought he could go to the drive-thru and use that speed.
Do you think, and I'm spitballing here because I'm trying to figure out, there's no way that you do this without knowing.
Oh, dude, you full well know what you're doing.
Joe plays that illegal. Really?
I think Scott's trying to say taint wallet.
Taint wallet. kept in his taint. Taint in his pocket.
But still, like, yeah, he knew exactly what he was doing.
Absolutely.
You think that, like, so
did you ever see, this is what I was going to go with this. You've seen American Pie, right?
Yeah, like the cherry pie.
Yeah. So like he asks his buddy, "What's it feel like?" And they're like warm apple pie. Do you think the man's experience, like he's experimented with tacos before? And like that's his thing?
Probably. That dude's probably been through some shit.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's always like older, creepy dudes, right? At like 61, like just go pay for a prostitute, you weirdo.
Go to the rub and tug. Like, come on.
It's probably cheaper to hit the dollar menu and get off that way than it is for the rub and tug. I got one last story. Actually, I have two. I'm lying. I have three. I'll do this quick. You sent this to me, the Nebraska man that says boneless wings are blasphemy and the time for change is now.
There's a video of it.
So this guy goes, he's the son of a councilman, and he wants to have, he wants them to change the name of boneless wings. So he stands up in front of the lectern, in front of city council to have them change it. And this is his speech.
You want to read it, or do you want to? Let me see if I can find it real quick. I think I actually have it.
If you have it, that's awesome. So he's the son of a council member. His name is Ander Christensen. His father is a councilman, Roy Christensen. This is in Nebraska.
It's two minutes long.
That's fine. Hit it. This is his speech.
Oh, come on. It's not coming through.
I live at 1212 Twin Ridge Road. Lincoln has the opportunity to be a social leader in this country. We have been casually ignoring a problem that has gotten so out of control that our children are throwing around names and words without even understanding their true meaning and treating things as though they're normal. I go into nice family restaurants and I see people throwing this name around and pretending as though everything is just fine. I'm talking about boneless chicken wings. I propose that we as a city remove the, excuse me, I'm trying to,
Yeah.
excuse me, come on. I propose that we as a city remove the name boneless wings from our menus and from our hearts. These are our reasons why. Number one, nothing about boneless chicken wings actually come from the wing of a chicken. We would be disgusted if a butcher was mislabeling their cuts of meats, but then we go around and pretending as though the breast of the chicken is its wing. Number two, boneless chicken wings are just chicken tenders, which are already boneless. I don't go to order boneless tacos. I don't go and order boneless club sandwiches. I don't ask for boneless auto repair. It's just what's expected.
Boneless
And then
auto
number three,
repair.
we need to raise our children better. Our children are raised being afraid of having bones attached to their meat. That's where meat comes from. It grows on bones. We need to teach them that the wing of a chicken is from a chicken and it's delicious. I propose that we rename boneless wings in the city of Lincoln. We can call them buffalo-style chicken tenders. We can call them wet tenders. We can call them saucy nugs or trash.
Saucy nugs is
We
my
can take
favorite.
these steps and show the country that where we stand and that we understand that we've been living a lie for far too long.
All right, you can cut it off.
And we know it because we feel it in our bones.
Our bones.
So, first off, saucy nugs is awesome. I only will refer to them as saucy nugs going forward.
Saucy nugs.
Right? He's dead. He's dead on. They're lying about it.
Chicken tenders.
John Palmer said lesbians have boneless relationships. He's right. He's right. There's certain things that you just come to accept in life, and that's one of them. That there's a lot of things out there that are boneless. But after he's done speaking, his dad just looks at him beaming with pride, which if that's my kid, yes, I'm doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Did he get it passed? Because I didn't read that far.
I didn't say.
They didn't say.
No.
Well, he's got everybody referring to him as saucy nugs now. That's what I'm calling him.
He looks like the Philly Jesus kind of.
He looks like did you ever see Independence Day?
Yeah.
You know the scientist?
The one who gets
Yeah, who
destroyed?
he gets destroyed inside the lab, and like
Yeah,
he looks
does.
like a young version of him.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
That guy comes back in the second one too. This was just an odd story. It's called 6 Feet Underdressed. The families, there's a place in the world. It's called Pangala.
Okay.
Every August, the Torah community in Pangala, North Korea, South Sulawesi, I don't know, redress their relatives' bodies. So they fucking dig up the dead and they redress the bodies.
Why?
Because it's a death ritual, and it's considered the biggest celebration of life by people who believe the link between life and death is infinite. So there's a shit ton of these pictures where it's just that, like, they literally dig up the coffin and they pose with the coffin and they take the clothes that are on the dead body off and then redress it with clean clothes
Then put it back in the ground.
and then put it back in the ground so they can do it again fucking next
All right.
year.
So let's just say this, okay? We here
Yeah, this guy's wearing sunglasses.
in the United States do things totally different.
Oh,
than
they
most-
did her hair.
Then she still had hair.
Yeah, when you die, your fingernails and hair still grow.
That's interesting too.
Yeah.
All right. But so we here don't
He
like.
took the shoes off and put new shoes on. Listen, if anybody gets a chance to look at this, I'll throw the link up here. Some of these pictures are fucking hysterical.
So we like. It's
Listen,
actually illegal to like dig up a coffin here.
not for the reasons you think.
What do you mean?
So there's two reasons why it's illegal.
Okay.
One, it's what the hell is it called? Necrophiliacs.
Yeah.
People who want to have sex with the dead.
Okay.
Fucking weirdos.
But there's bones in there.
What's that?
No bones in there.
Oh, there's bones in there, dude. That's one. You can't have sex with a corpse. And two, grave robbers.
Okay.
People would get buried with stuff, and you go and you dig them up and you steal the shit.
So it's
but-
a process though to dig up to dig it up here.
yeah,
in
but
the
this is
States.
none of that.
Right. This is none of that.
No,
Like,
they're celebrating it. They're not trying to like
yeah.
And it's not just like one dude, or
It's
like
probably the whole town.
it's the whole friggin' town. The one guy's smoking a cigarette, Rob. He's got a Yankees cap on, and he's got a fucking lit cigarette in his mouth, and he's got sideburns, and it's just skull. It's awesome.
What?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, you gotta send me that.
I'll have to send the link.
It's wrong for me to keep a dead hooker around the place myself with, but this shit is okay.
What's this?
Joe Blaze comment.
So it's wrong for me to keep a dead hooker around to play dress up, but this shit is okay. That's fair.
Joe, I say you're okay.
Yeah, Palmer said they actually hang out with them for a few days and then they rebury them. That's wild. The pictures are fucking hysterical. And it's not like don't think like
No,
skeletons.
Dude, they're not doing anything like
No. Don't think skeletons you see in like fucking science class.
All right.
Like there's still like leathery skin on the bodies.
Oh shit.
They just look emaciated, like they haven't.
They only dig up like fresh type.
No.
Like some of these people have been buried for like 50 years.
Yeah, like your body doesn't decompose as fast as you think. It's not like a month later where you're just like,
Right. No, I know that.
You can be
like,
put on a stand and like used for anatomy lessons.
Within like 10 to 15 years, like half of that shit's gone.
I don't know how long it takes.
Okay.
But you also have to keep in mind too that like your body probably preserves better if it's underground inside of a coffin.
Well, yeah, and it's colder, everything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. That's crazy though.
What would you like if you moved to that town and they're like, hey, you going to the festival? What festival? We're going to dig up the dead. All right, fucker.
So they're only digging up like their family members, right?
Well, yeah, but it's everybody goes to the cemetery at the same time, dude.
So they must only bury them like
and they
3
take
foot
selfies
under.
with them and shit, dude.
It sounds like a fun time.
Oh, there's one of a kid. That killed me. That's no good. This guy's wearing glasses and it's fucking my head up. They put the guy's glasses back on him.
Really?
They threw a bandana on one of them. They look like pirates, dude. I don't even know how else to describe it other than pirates.
They look like pirates.
They look like pirates.
All right. I don't know. That's crazy.
Yeah,
man. Yeah, that's wild. So I got a travel story too for you a little bit. Somewhere else.
Yeah.
So there's a group of scenic Brazilian islands that have been closed due to the coronavirus pandemic. They're reopening for tourists.
Yeah.
But only to those who can prove they had COVID-19.
What?
Yes, that's a completely different spin on it, right?
Yes, completely different.
They're not letting you in unless you had it.
How do you prove it?
You can apply online, but you must provide proof that you had it. So you have to show, like, I guess, a positive test. Tourists must submit either a positive test for the disease that is at least 20 days old or a test showing the presence of COVID-19 antibodies in their blood.
That's bizarre.
Very.
So where is this at?
Brazil.
So you can visit there, but only if you've had COVID.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense. I mean, if you've already had it, they think that you're not going to be able to spread it again.
It's in Pernambuco. Pernambuco?
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't say all that stuff. It's a group of 21 volcanic islands.
No, I'll pass. I'm not going there anyway.
Okay.
Did you? I've got one more story. You got a bunch?
Got like 2 more.
All right, mine's real quick.
Okay.
Actually, let's do yours and then we'll finish with mine.
All right. So a Japanese company, successfully flew a car.
We've talked about this a couple times.
Did we talk about this one though?
Not this one.
So a Japanese company unveiled its prototype flying car in the public with a 4-minute test flight.
Okay.
SkyDrive Incorporated announced the successful test flight of its SD-03 flying car model at a Toyota test field in Toyota, Japan.
Okay.
It's a single-seat flying car built as the world's smallest electrical vertical takeoff and landing model. Took flight for 4 minutes. It resembles a motorcycle with 4 attached propellers, giving it the power of flight. The SD-03 is currently capable of maintaining flight for about 10 minutes. This company is now aiming to expand that time to 30 minutes.
Scott Gonzalez said off a bridge. I agree with him. So we've been through this. I've explained why I think that this is a bad idea. Like, we're in such a goddamn hurry to create these things because we were told by 2020 we'd have the flying car like in the Jetsons. So I know people that can't be trusted. Like, I myself have been driving around for a week and a half with my check engine light on. Only because of the corona, I can't get it into the mechanic. They're all booked up. He can't see me for 2 weeks.
Okay.
So they had me go in and they put it on the scanner and he goes, your car's okay. It's nothing that's serious. We are going to have to bring you back in 2 weeks and then we'll do the work on it. You can still drive it. It's not going to cause any more damage. The only thing that's going to happen is your car's going to occasionally stall.
What the fuck is wrong with your car?
It needs a new actuator. I don't even know. My kid says to me today, what's an actuator doing? I went, it fucking actuates. Stop asking me questions.
I kind of was just going to ask the same thing because, like, I don't know.
It actuates. Duh. So I know for a fact that there's going to be people driving around in these flying fucking cars with their check engine light on. If that shit stalls in midair,
yeah,
like, human beings as a society, we're not responsible enough to have that. We're just not.
No.
Can you imagine how many accidents happen now because idiots are texting and driving?
Well, you know what they're going to do with the flying car?
They're
going to build the damn computer in the thing that anytime it senses anything that could possibly make it crash, it won't take off.
No.
Yes.
Do you realize that there's going to be some hood mechanic that takes that restrictor plate off because Maureen has to get to work?
And you're going to die.
No shit. That's my point. There's no safety in this whatsoever. Some idiot texting and flying is going to go right into a fucking building.
God said you need a new mechanic, by the way.
I don't need a new mechanic. He didn't ask the details. I didn't give the details. The reason I took it to that mechanic is because my car's still covered under warranty.
Anyway.
So the dealership has to do it because I get it paid. I can't take it anywhere else. Get it covered under the warranty. Yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
What's your next story?
Oh, back to me.
Yeah, we're down to 4 minutes.
All right. Well, I mean, it's okay. So what's the nastiest place you dropped your phone?
I'm very careful with my phone. I've never dropped it in a toilet. I've never dropped it anywhere but like on the street, parking lot, grass. Nothing nasty.
Okay. So we talked about like when you go camping, how like there's the outhouse.
Oh yeah, the pit. Somebody dropped their phone in there?
Someone dropped their phone in there and the sanitation workers.
She gone.
Sanitation workers found it.
Oh, she gone.
This was in Montana.
What would you do with the phone?
Bro, they said it still worked.
I don't care. I'm not putting that thing near my face, dude.
It was covered in poop.
There's not enough sanitation wipes or water or soap in the universe that could clean that enough for me to use it.
They sanitized the phone, plugged it in, and were shocked to discover it still worked. They said they were unable to get any information because the screen was locked. And they even went to Verizon and Apple, said they were unable to access it.
Yeah, because the person who lost the phone went, oh, it's gone. I'm done with that phone forever.
Oh, wait. They said the team was finally able to get some identifying information by popping the device's SIM card into another phone. They left a voicemail for the person's owner.
Why did they try so hard?
I don't know.
The person abandoned it. They should have just taken it home like it's a lost puppy.
So it was a woman's phone. When she finally called me back, I told her
there nudes on it?
Hold on. I told her who I was, told her we found this phone in the Forest Service vault. Her initial reaction was, well, you guys must have to pump out the toilets because that's the last place I saw that phone. She was pretty shocked that we actually ended up retrieving the phone and it worked enough to get her information off of it.
So you asked, where's the nastiest place you've dropped your phone? Joe Blaze said the floor in the back room of Daydreams. I'm dead. I promise you that Joe Blaze has dropped his phone in the bathroom at the Pennsport. If you're local, you know how much worse that is. Oh, Joe Blaze. Good work tonight. Last story. This has been around. Everybody's kind of seen this already, but I just want to give my spin on it. Did you hear about the California wildfire?
Sparked by the
gender reveal party?
Yeah.
So let's put this gender reveal thing to bed.
Someone said, I saw that somewhere.
Let's put this to bed. We're done with it. We don't need to do this anymore. Chances are most people don't give a shit about your gender reveal. It's just an excuse for you to throw another party. I've never had one. I think it's like one of those things that's like progressed with the next generation. It goes along the line of the all-day bachelor party.
Yeah.
Like in our day when we got married 20 years ago, and I'm guaranteeing our parents are probably in the same boat as this too. It was legit. Just your friends took you out to the beer or to the strip club, got you drunk. It was a bender.
Yeah.
Like now there's like expectations of we're going to get up early. We're going to go get
like
shave and a haircut. We're going to go play golf in the morning, paintball in the afternoon. Then we're going to sit down and have a nice dinner. And then after dinner, we're going to go play video games somewhere. And then we're going to go out and we're going to go to the strip club.
By the time you get to the strip club, you fell asleep already.
Bro, like I'm exhausted by like noon.
Yeah.
You just had me walk 14 miles on a fucking golf course. And then you want me to run into paintball? And then I'm going to sit down and eat 35 pounds of fucking meat. Yeah, I'm talking to somebody specific. And then we're going out drinking? Right? You want me to show up to the strip club and not go home at midnight with the meat sweats? Back to
Joe,
the gender.
Do you know, Joe? Joe, do you know who he's talking about?
Back to the he knows. Back to the gender reveal party.
Hilarious, dude.
Back to the gender reveal party. So it's a ridiculous thing. It really is. If you've done it, don't be offended by this, but stop doing it. Don't do it anymore. Nobody really cares. Just throw up a post on Facebook. Hey, we're having a girl. Hey, we're having a boy. And that be it.
Or just do something simple. Like most people do. Break a balloon. Like, why
you don't even need to break a balloon.
Bro, this dude
Scott said, bake a cake. I've seen a fire department fill trucks with pink or blue water, spray it. No, stop doing it. Period. We don't need to make a fucking event out of every little thing. We don't.
All right.
We don't.
All right. I'm done with it too. I mean, I'm done with having kids, so
I hope
don't need to do it at all.
I think the idea of it is silly in itself.
Like it's just
do you bring gifts to this thing?
I don't know. What is this, like a pre-baby shower?
Well, yeah. I mean, like there's so many pre-showers now that like we're just celebrating. There's an engagement party, which you give gifts at, I guess. There's a pre-engagement party. There's a fucking post-engagement party. There's I didn't get her pregnant yet party. There's now she is pregnant. We're going to figure out what kind of kid it is party. Like it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Listen, just have parties.
I'm a guy, so maybe that's why it doesn't.
No. Listen, just have parties.
No.
Don't name them.
Stop celebrating.
Don't name them. Just have a party.
Stop celebrating insignificant shit.
Yeah.
And like, meanwhile, it's like, oh, gender reveal party for our 6th kid. Like, what the
kid?
No.
Let me ask you a question though.
What's up?
Do you like when shit goes wrong at gender reveal parties?
I like when shit goes wrong during any kind of party.
Dude. So what's the one where the chick throws the baseball to the guy and he hits the baseball back, dude, and decks her in the head?
Yeah, that's fantastic.
The other one with the baseball.
Joe Play said herpes test is negative party. I'd actually go to that party and do shots. He's on fire. He is on fire. I'd actually go to that party. Like, I hope he just shows up with a negative test just so we can have a party. Although I know he won't. I wish he could.
Oh, man. I don't know.
I think
what was I saying?
He's got to come in. We got to get Joe the plumber in here for at least 1 week.
Yeah, I think we have to get him like tipsy though.
Oh, we can do that. We'll reach out to our buddy from Pops, get some whiskey in here and just load him up.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's our show for this week. We'll be back next week. I think we're going to have a guest. I will probably announce it halfway through. One of the big things that I love doing with our show is just bringing in random friends of ours because we have some dumbass friends and just shooting the shit. But Yeah, we'll see you next week. Make sure that you tune in and like the podcast, subscribe to the podcast, leave us a review, help us spread the word so we can get our numbers up and get some more listeners and more interaction.
Peace out.